Abdallah Al Dardari, who is a resident representative for the United Nations Development Programme in Afghanistan and joins us from Dubai. Thank you also for joining us on the programme. I'm not sure if you had a chance there to listen in on some of that interview. Are you happy with the assurances that you've received so far from the Taliban that this aid will get through and that your workers on the ground will no longer face intimidation and harassment?
I'm not making judgments of this. The behavior on the ground will demonstrate. So far, I have to say that from a UNDP perspective, most of our activities continue. The Taliban on the local level have allowed, and they actually asked for these activities to continue. Now, we are entering a new phase. Yes. And we are now entering a new phase after the conference in Geneva, and there are all these pledges and commitments. And we as UNDP are also expanding actually our work to enhance the resilience of Afghan communities, because we don't want to see 20 years of gains lost in the next few months and years. And we are trying to ensure that livelihoods are as important as lives in Afghanistan. And we want to make sure that every Afghan family has an access to livelihood.
OK, so more than $1 billion pledged so far from international donors. Is that enough? Surely it isn't.
It's a country of 34 million people. With the GDP, the formal GDP is about $20 billion, and the informal GDP actually is around $40 billion. So $1 billion is a good start. If used well, it can be catalytic for further support, and that's what we are hoping for. Now, the country needs a lot of work to maintain and make sure that the community doesn't fall off the poverty cliff to a universal poverty, as we predict, if we don't intervene rapidly. But at the same time, it will require further later on in the form of early recovery and ensuring that the society can take off again and not stay...
OK, so what are the biggest challenges then? You know, this money, where will it go to? Where will it be spent?
Well, in addition to the humanitarian assistance, people need lives. And the humanitarian assistance is there, and it must be there to ensure continuation of lives, basic food and medicine. But Afghanistan and Afghan people also need their dignity. They need to work for their lives and for their livelihoods. And they need to make sure that the communities are resilient enough to prepare for the early recovery soon, hopefully. So it is humanitarian plus. It is not only humanitarian. And you must have heard in today's speeches, including the Secretary General, the emphasis on livelihoods as much as on lives.
OK, thanks so much, Abdallah Al Dardari, resident representative for the UNDP in Afghanistan. Thank you.